Welcome to the Music Free Range podcast. Today we've got an exciting guest, a man that's been behind the scenes pushing the culture, Mdubasa. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you for having me, Wicked.
Yeah,
Good.
you look like a DJ, my guy. You dress the part, you've got the energy.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
I haven't seen you play, and not many have seen you play.
No.
So I just want to know where it is that you fit in within the music culture. Tell us a bit about yourself, my brother.
Thank you for having me once again.
Sure.
Duasa, a name I got, funny enough, because of the music.
Yeah.
So growing up, I was the guy, your go-to guy. So I grew up in Klume, down in the Lowfield.
What year are we talking about? Are you a 2000 or what?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. It's a pity. I had to wear my hat because there's evidence
Oh,
out there. So
yeah, okay.
so I'm definitely 2000.
So what are we looking at in terms of collection of music? When would that be?
As early as grade 6. I'm not going to reveal my age.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, grade 6. I was introduced by my older sister who was into R&B. Your
Nice.
Worst Life and whatnot and whatnot. So my love for music stems from there.
Okay.
So that's where the interest grew. So from that R&B phase, I was then introduced to Kwaito.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kwaito. So grade 6, we used to travel from Klume to Chaneni using the school bus.
Okay.
So I had to make sure that
Were there tar roads then?
with the yeah,
Oh, okay.
definitely.
All
So
right.
I had to make sure that every day they are listening to something new.
Yeah.
So luckily enough, I had a computer. Oh no, back then we had tapes, so you had to record.
Now you're showing your age, my guy.
Damn.
Now you're truly showing
Yeah.
your age. If you're telling me they weren't playing
So those
CDs.
TDKs,
Oh,
I don't,
okay.
trying to recall the brands, yeah,
Ah,
but it was those
good man. I
TDKs.
respect that,
Yeah, I'm
my
a hot
brother.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to collect, so every day to make sure that I introduce my fellow schoolmates to new music.
Yeah.
So traveling there in the morning and coming back, it was my duty to make sure that I have a new tape with new sound. So grade 6, grade 7. And then fast forward to Form 1, I was introduced to mid-tempo,
Ah.
the legendary
Oh,
Ken Lewis.
Glenn Lewis.
Oh, Ken Lewis, yeah.
DJ Bubbles.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
I was introduced to
That was a vibe, ne?
my man.
Yeah.
Even today.
Elements of that bass line from Kwaito.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you
yeah,
see
yeah,
the transition from Kwaito, in as
Yes.
much as I did not lose my love for Kwaito, but
Yes.
Kwaito to mid-tempo.
yeah. Yes. Mob
So-
Hunter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I
okay,
get you.
early Form 1, ngiyaqhubeka vele, I still need to collect music,
Yeah.
my way to school, back to school. And then I developed my deep voice. So my real name is Mtutuzi Matsebula.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mtubasa is derived from Mtu bass.
Ah,
But the
I
Maswati
see.
Awati,
I get you.
they have no time to pronounce bass,
Yeah,
became
yeah.
Mtubasa.
Yeah.
So yeah, so my love for music yaqala lapho from an early age. So throughout high school I was your guy, mid-tempo, house flavor, your music box,
Yeah.
Claude,
The Freshers.
the
The
Freshies.
Christoses, the DJs that
Exactly.
work, the Vernies, yeah.
But you know, kule era leyo, and I won't say unfortunately or fortunately enough, but back then I don't think there were so many people who were into the scene.
Yeah.
It was still that genre labayibukela lapha from afar.
Yeah.
So you had to stand out. You had to know your music. You had to
Absolutely.
introduce. And growing up in a village, village and Mhlume, there's always house parties. I was also your go-to guy when it comes to entertainment,
Yeah.
music. So my love wasn't just merely go house, R&B, yombakanga,
Yeah.
everything. So I would bengitibona as an entertainer.
So you're also playing the milk stout of genres.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mina
I
ngibize
hear
nje
you.
Thembi Mtubasa, please entertain. I've got 60-year-olds. I will
Yeah,
take care
yeah,
of you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that's my
The-
background.
in South Africa, there's a genre called lollipop that I've only heard of recently. It speaks to that era of music as well, when they were trying with R&B. Yeah.
Yeah,
South
yeah.
African R&B. At least.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, my journey in music is quite interesting. So fast forward during high school, I met someone who we became very close,
Yeah.
who was also quite key in the movement at the time, Magabongo Masugu, Maki.
Okay.
I'm sure you know him. He's a
Yeah.
Brema boy.
Yeah.
So I met Maki. We both fell in love with the music. We would share ideas. Fast forward from 5, I finished. Then I moved to Pretoria.
Okay.
So that's when everything,
The mother of deep house.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Before I forget, so what I used to do, I was at arcade at TUT, but I would travel to Soshanguve.
Okay.
public just to listen to good
Just
music.
for the vibe.
Just for the music. Those guys play good music. Those taxi guys play good music.
Yeah.
So I moved to Pretoria. That's when I met Simza, Mr. Smilane.
Okay. Yeah.
Simza, he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was under multiracial.
The one half of Spin Doctors.
Yes, with
Absolutely.
Bo, Dr. P.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's when I met Simza. He introduced me to, who's this guy? The late, he was part of multiracial. There was Art Soul and Cisco Mlambo. Did Cisco?
Roderick Deep,
Yeah,
Rowick.
Rowick. The one that
yeah.
passed away. I'm just trying to recall
Yeah.
who it was.
Excellent DJ, man.
Yeah, those. I met the G family,
Okay.
and Mitch, Julian Gomez, the Gomez family, and yeah, I met. Fortunately, I also met Mix.
Okay.
Mix. I met my favorite DJ, Silipin.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Any day, anytime.
Top
that's,
DJ,
That's my
top
go-to
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
He has the vibe.
Yeah.
So at the time, I'm studying at TUT. Luckily enough, I got to share a community with the late DJ Somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had everything. Before he got into piano,
Yeah.
Somebody was a
Was
deep house with the
house cat.
112, 113 BPM.
Yeah, yeah.
Early in the
yeah.
morning,
Yeah.
and he was a social boy.
Yeah.
So really was into that raw deep house as a pitoli.
Yeah.
So my journey from music, fast forward, I come back. I've always had this question, why aren't you formally becoming a DJ?
Yeah.
But Mtubasa for me has always been the listener.
Okay.
I've always wanted to be in the background.
Yeah.
I knew that I had a role to play,
Yeah.
but at the time I just didn't know what's in Fita when it comes to music, especially locally.
Yeah.
So when I come back from varsity, there's a lady, Wagazondi, introduces me to Shadow. I remember very well. Took a bus, came up to Mbabane. I think they were still at Dlanubega building, their office there.
Yeah.
I sit
The
down.
Swazi Boy office.
Yeah, Swazi Boy. I sit on my, I'm like, Bachi, I love music. I used to record mixtapes.
Yeah.
I had a podcast. I love music. This is me. This is my story.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it. He says to me, no, you can play. We can help you with so much. At the time, I hadn't started consuming, you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were still innocent.
Yeah, I was still innocent. He says, look, I can help you with this and that. But then I think at the time it didn't make sense for me because I must travel to Mbabane,
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
and I thought
Logistically,
no,
it just
you know what?
wasn't working.
Yeah, let me just stick to the law firm. Eventually, if God willing, I will move to Mbabane.
Yeah.
But then that's when I built my relationship with Swazipo, with Shadow.
Yeah.
I think during the time they were at Raboban, but it was with Bob Babs.
Yeah,
You were
yeah,
also
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Or it was still
Yeah.
some Takati. Just
Yeah.
trying to recall. Yeah, but then I met Shadow. Yeah, the interest in local music, local DJs, local producers. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I joined the Observer to 2014.
Yeah.
Joined the Observer, going through publications, what we are covering. And then I bought a little niche, but no man, there's a gap
There's a gap.
that needs to be filled in the house music scene.
Yeah.
Because you know with house music, the beauty about it, you get followers who stick to what they believe in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell my boss then, Mr. Mbing, was like, look, I love music. I think I have the contacts. I know the guys. Can I
Yeah.
just start this blog? Between
Yeah.
Mtubasa. This was 2017. So from 2017 to date,
You've been at it.
I've been at it.
Look, we highly appreciate it, and we can see the positive effects.
Without you guys,
Of
we
your
wouldn't be
work.
here.
I was speaking to a guest earlier, Mr. Soul,
Yeah. Mr.
and we're
Zama.
actually the topic of media and media synergy in terms of this energy, this industry came up a lot of times, and it's been brought to my attention, which I've actually seen, and a number of other DJs have been vocal about it.
Okay.
Is that your reporter does not understand house and the subgenres of house music. And you can see that in their writing.
Yeah.
Daro just played, for example, a dope Afro-tech song.
Yeah.
You know Taro doesn't play
Yeah.
Afro-tech.
Yeah.
You understand? It's a misrepresentation of the DJ's brand and skill.
Exactly,
And I find
exactly.
that a lot of the media are not sensitive to that. And having you on board has been nothing but a good experience for us because it represents the art form for what it actually is. What are you doing to enlighten your colleagues?
I think, unless they believe otherwise, I think I've tried to help over the years. And in their defense, I think with the media industry, there's the turnover is quite a lot.
Yeah.
So you get a reporter, I think maybe back then they used to stay at times observer for quite a long time.
Yeah.
But Nyalo from varsity, they get into the space, they are there for 2-3 years, the turnover is quite high.
Yeah.
So you find that the interest in the genre, iba yingane, and whenever, my argument has always been, try, if there's an event coming up,
Try and understand.
try and understand.
Try and understand the culture.
Yeah, ask questions. Nothing beats asking questions. Go call your weekend, say, my guy, you are playing, what can we expect? Before you even compile your article,
Yeah.
don't mind, call again. So I think I'm not going to sit here and say, no, they don't care. They do care. But I think there's just so many
Okay.
that they mention elements to this.
For a second, I'm going to go in a bit hard on our reporting media.
Okay.
In that, what qualifies, I won't say you, them, because I don't know how it is in South Africa, but I doubt that it happens or other
Okay.
places. But what qualifies you to give a DJ a performance rating if you know nothing about the industry? And I'll tell you this, I've seen it so many times. I've seen festivals where the reporter takes it upon himself to give them a rating, yet the reporter knows nothing whatsoever about the genre
Sensitive.
or the culture or
Yeah.
anything. You will base it on, say, for example, you get very good startup DJs that will play early in a festival. And the crowd is walking around, one or two people are bobbing,
Exactly.
because that is actually the energy of that particular time in the day. So if you are reporting like a blind man and saying, oh, well, there's nobody that's kicking up dust
Yeah.
or getting down, surely that should be a rating of a DJ. And it's so much more, because without that first DJ, we can't get to midnight. We cannot
Exactly.
transition the
relay.
energy.
It's a relay.
So what do you think gives the reporter a right to give ratings on an industry they know nothing of? DJ so-and-so,
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
Yeah,
DJ so-and-so,
they did not.
7 out of 10. You
Yeah.
played my professor track.
Yeah.
That you understand what I'm saying?
Mm,
And sadly, I keep using professor as a
It's a sensitive one
benchmark,
for you,
which is
ne?
incorrect. I take that back. My
Yeah.
apologies. He's a terrific
Yeah,
performer.
he's a-
But what I'm getting to is that we need to be careful how we go about reporting stuff. You know, and I find that is just a toxic culture that I'm asking you, is it only limited to Swaziland, or are they reporters actually doing that all over the place?
I think with reporting, there's so many angles, but let's stick to the music. Personally, I believe that for you to be able to give a clear and perspective of that particular event, you need to get there early, number one.
Yeah.
Before asking the questions and inquiring and getting to know more about the event, about the DJs, the
Yeah.
whole lineup. I remember I did an article some time back which says the art of curating the perfect lineup. You see, as a reporter,
Yes. It's an art form.
it's an art. No one, it's not anyone can do it.
And I love that you bring that up. We spoke about that with the previous guest, Misto. Promoters need to understand the art form. You cannot put a high intensity subgenre in the afternoon. You're sabotaging the DJ, you're
Exactly.
sabotaging the show.
Exactly.
Afro House, for example, you cannot put him in early hours of the day. People are, you understand, that is high energy vibe. And I just find that promoters, again, I keep on using the word synergy because it's so important that everybody needs to play their part in understanding how this big show unfolds.
Exactly.
I'm
see,
glad you brought it up.
You set the mood.
Absolutely.
You form the lineup, because I remember I once had an argument with one events organizer. I'm not going to say from where. He said, no, I'm not going to reveal the lineup because you will get there at 10 for your favorite DJ. But
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree. So back to our, now that we're diversing a bit, back to the
Yeah.
reporters. Look, there's an event coming up this weekend. You look at the lineup,
Yeah.
get to understand who plays when, why are they playing early. So if
Exactly.
you get the early, you then get to understand how, because it's a relay, how
Exactly.
the energies tend to.
You have to pass the baton on. And
Exactly,
on and
pass
on.
the ball to the next DJ, there's a live performance. But if I'm going to get there at 10:30, halfway midway through your set,
Yeah.
and then I find you playing a track that my boyfriend doesn't like, because also your emotions, there's about attached to
Of
the
course.
thing who let, no, but then I walk away, I come back, I ask whoever, how was the weekend set? I ask someone that you were beefing with, this, I don't know, he played.
Yeah.
And then I use that for my article. Again, nothing beats calling.
Yeah.
Even if you just call the DJ, like, how was your performance? It only takes away 5 minutes of your time
Yeah.
for you to have that perfect article, because that defines who you are, you see. So from our conversation, I can tell that maybe I'm wrong, but there's certain reporters that you wouldn't even mind.
Yeah.
No, you would have a problem with them calling and trying to get information of you. We get guys that will tell me, look, I will not talk to so-and-so because I
Exactly.
feel like they don't understand what I
Yeah.
do. Some complain that, look, I don't like being called DJ Mdubasa. Just refer
Yeah.
to me as Mdubasa, because
Yeah.
the moment you call me,
Put that connotation to it. Yeah.
See, it gives a different
Yeah.
meaning to what I do. So yeah. So look, to my fellow reporters, I think they need to do more
Yeah.
to represent the culture. We have so much to do. We have so much to do to help you guys. We are sort of the bridge between you as the artist and the public.
Sure.
So if there's misinformation in between,
Absolutely.
it sort of kills the
Absolutely.
movement, kills the industry.
This weekend, the big one,
So yeah,
House Music Fest. It's the 6th edition.
yeah, man. Yeah, man.
The shows just keep on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We've got a host of different types of DJs performing, not only on the Saturday, but, oh my goodness, the Sunday. Andy Compton is in the building, British producer.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if we're going to get to sleep, eh? It's going to be a rough one. Tell me, you've seen the performance times.
Yeah.
Interesting dynamic.
Very interesting.
I like the dynamic of how it's starting early and who's playing early and for how long. You understand?
Yeah.
People who understand house music will
Goes
understand
back to what we're talking about.
why it's so critical to get there on time.
Exactly.
Your thoughts on the time slots?
Perfect. Perfect. For me, absolutely perfect. I was of the thought that I'd go there early and probably leave around 7, 8. Impossible.
Yeah.
I need to be there for Monique's performance, for the classics.
Yeah.
For the classics, and see how well our locals know her music.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to just listen to everyone sing along.
Yeah.
Definitely there for the legendary Vinny set.
Absolutely.
But more than anything, I'm there for the locals.
Yeah.
For me, it's like a job interview. You never get tired to go to a
course.
job interview. So just like the festivals, it's an opportunity for the locals to sort of stand up. And, every now and then, it's a conversation that's taking my corridors. But let's have a locally what event. We do. Personally, I feel like we do need Lama Internationals. But as Mdubasa, do stand up and say, look, I can have an early set and I do deserve a 3-hour. I can set the mood for the whole festival.
I was having an interesting conversation with the DJ who brought that up,
Yeah.
bringing in international DJs in and stuff like that. And my point is that we all stakeholders, including the sponsor. Now here's the issue. This I know.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a sponsor and you ask him for X amount.
Yeah.
And somebody who's in marketing will ask you, Gansi, who are you bringing?
I'm bringing Mdubasa and more than that.
Who are you bringing? You understand? Because they
Numbers.
are not in the musical space.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
they don't understand all those dynamics. So what ends up happening is that they set off a chain of events that affects everybody else, because financially, number one, who are you bringing? What you're paying for that international artist, you could be paying for 10 or 5 top DJs, you
Yeah.
understand, or performers. So I just feel that whole chain, we need to be educated.
No, we do. Obviously, I think you have a point, and I'm glad, Gusi, you're bringing it up, because It's not just about the music. I saw a post Yazulu where he says, "Yo, it's difficult to host a show in an event. You know, you have 3 months of planning.
Yeah.
After the 3 months, you don't make a
Competitors,
profit.
dates.
Exactly, you don't make a profit. Now you
Yeah.
have 3 months to recover. That's 6 months
Yeah.
down the drain.
Yeah.
So your year is gone.
Yeah.
Trying to recover from that one event. So kuningi that comes on play
Yeah.
in the event. I'm not really in that space, so I'm not gonna go deep because
Yeah.
I've never really created an event. I've
Yeah,
never organized
dealt
one.
with those
So
dynamics.
angeke ngene kakhulu lapho. But yeah, there's a lot, and really the marketing and after all,
I absolutely feel for promoters, man.
same here.
Absolutely, because I do understand the space that they're stuck in. I mean, you want to go all out and just have a local lineup. It would be less hassles, less problems, less financial outlay, you know, in terms of risk to rewards. But now you go to your sponsor, a liquor sponsor or
Yeah.
any other sponsor, and the
Yeah.
first thing the marketing guy wants to know, who are you?
Who are you bringing? And lapho ke build back to our conversation. Me, as I'm doing me, I'll be quick to then say,
Yeah.
Wicked failed.
Yeah,
X and X show was a flop.
yeah.
Without taking into consideration
All the other, yeah.
Yeah, but back to the house first, man. Look, beautiful lineup performing. I think it's balanced.
Yeah.
But again, I'm excited for now those who are making their debuts. First time performing. It'll be interesting to see how they do,
Yeah.
how they perform, and I'll be there to sort of. I'll give my personal review. Ngeke ngifike level 5, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
But look, I'm happy for the locals. Look,
Yeah.
and big ups to the organizers.
Yeah.
Look, it's more than just a house music event now. It's become a culture. I once had an interview with Christos, and he said to me, "You know what? Unfortunately, with Deep House, you need to eventually create your own. You know, you will not get band who will support, but create your own, create a lifestyle, create a
Yeah.
culture,
A
that
space.
a space that where like a band would want to become a part of it.
Exactly.
You know, you create a movement, and everyone often going to like be a part of
Yeah.
it, and that's what has happened with the House Music Festival, 6th edition. Actually, Ibela back to the Mugambo days.
Yeah. The mega shows, the 6,000 plus shows.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So good, it's a pity. Good, a lot of things have sort of affected the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the things that we cannot talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah.
Back to the music.
Hmm.
As a music connoisseur,
Yeah.
what are you listening to
Currently,
currently? What's
You know-
in high rotation for you?
funny enough, for some weird reason, I've been listening to a lot of jazz.
Yeah. Why
I,
not?
You see, I collect. Most recently, I was listening to Misto's Do It,
Yes.
and I sent him a text. I think it was the latest local
Yeah.
production I was listening to, or Nsugu's latest single. I was listening to Misto, and I said to him, my guy, you owe us. What you're doing is just wrong.
Exactly.
Personally, I believe local Swazis are talented.
Yeah.
So, an interesting story. A friend of mine, when I was still in Pretoria, he says to me, "Hey, Mswazi, I want to come to Swaziland and play. You guys don't know anything about music."
Whoa.
I'm like, okay, Assam.
Interesting. Yeah.
We come down to Swaziland. It's, back in the Tinker's days.
Yeah.
He gets there, Ahlala. Big Fun Entertainment during the time of Big Fun.
Yeah.
Those boys were rocking. Bo Ecstasy.
Yeah.
Who were,
Yeah.
the crew. He didn't play. He was like, look, I take back my words. I'm not going to play. I will embarrass myself.
That's it.
So
Yeah.
Swazis are very talented. With
Absolutely.
the minimum resources that we have. But
Yeah.
the talent is kulu. So I'd love to probably listen to more of
I've always thought that Eswatini is on par with industry standard and requirement musically.
even with the younger boys, Bonagi,
Yeah.
so there's quite a
Yeah.
lot of them, and,
Yeah.
and I think fortunately for me, piece and piece, I got to meet. I have a database. I don't know how many. My contact list is quite full now.
Yeah.
So majority of boys are producers, and
Yeah.
and what I love the most, it's the passion.
Yeah.
You see, passion and talent, discipline. You don't need to then find a balance, school but the passion, for me, that stands out with the majority of
Do
them.
you have a particular bias to a certain subculture, subgenre, of dance music? Is there a particular one that you actually resonate with more?
I'm a soulful house guy. Yeah,
You're a soulful house
I love
cat.
my soul.
Absolutely.
I want to
Absolutely.
sing along. I want to.
Yeah. So my background producer would like to throw you with a few
Okay.
questions.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 second.
All right, gents. Sorry about that.
Not a problem.
You tapped into Swazi talent,
Yeah.
the story that you just narrated now. Like I said, that me and you, we almost have the same experience.
Yeah.
That we were in Pretoria, then we came back to Swaziland, and obviously we saw the difference.
Yeah.
So, because you in the media and you exposed to most of producers, DJs, events organizers, and everything. So, because everything changed after COVID.
Exactly.
So,
a lot changed.
from your point of view, being in the forefront of reporting and being in the forefront of media, what's your take? What went wrong besides the disaster that happened?
Yeah.
But musically,
Yeah.
what changed from our people from attending shows? Because that's when they stopped.
True.
Yeah, we were hosting events and they will push on the social medias and every platform. But come the day of the event, then it's a problem. So on your side, what went wrong and where can we fix?
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that one. Before COVID, yeah. And I used to go out a lot before COVID. I used to go out, and after COVID, actually, I worked on a compilation with Antidote Music called The Vote Unlocked, and we had a conversation that made where to understand Guti, after this it will no longer be the same, because I think everyone took a backseat. I'll make an example of one guy who I think after COVID wabona as a gap to tap into spaces. Suk said to me, look, I struggled. You know, yes, they would get those online, those events, those online
Yeah.
that we used to do. But he said to me, I struggled during those 2 years, and this served as an opportunity for me to fight. That's from a producer and a DJ's, an artist point of view. But from the crowd, man, the Malavas, there's a lot. I think the Ibela, for me personally, and this is my view, that's nothing to do with my employer and someone else.
Yeah.
And probably it involves Lama event organizers. I think we need to sit down and find a way around Lama logistics. The hamba afage about
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's a conversation, and we need a solution around that, because I think people still want to go out. People want to go out. They still want that experience they get from the clubs. They still want that vibe, but the go but also just a question that now we flip to you guys. Do you think the DJs are doing enough? How saturated is the industry now? Are people getting their money's worth number puma? Or do we just go there to have a few cold ones? Back when I was still in Pretoria, I used to say to my friends, when I go out, I used to go to the club called Times 4. I used to say, the following morning, I want to dream about the track I had last night.
Yeah.
A good track, I believe, would be Ivala Swing. That's a track and a half. How much effort?
Yeah, I think that one Wicked will answer that. But before that, I had a conversation with one of the Malumes in the game.
Yeah.
I won't mention the name.
Know the name. Know the name.
Not now.
Yeah.
So we had a deep personal conversation, I'll say, because regarding to what the organizers brings in Swaziland.
Yeah.
We do our best.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
We do our best in terms of bringing the underground DJ, especially on the deep house scene.
Yeah,
These
we've
young
seen that,
boys,
yeah.
these young boys, they doing fine. They bringing your Kabza, your Maporisa and everything. Like right now, Sbu is working on a show. It's out there,
Yeah.
one man show.
Yeah.
It's bringing in a lot of guys. Your Maporisa is there.
Yeah.
But my thing is with our people, I'll say that I'm not happy about them in terms of they will travel to Swaziland. I mean, to South Africa. I'm
For these
sorry.
events, yeah.
For certain events, your Spring Fiesta,
Yeah,
your
true.
Bunye, a lot of events that are happening. But if you bring in the same people on their doorsteps, they will never show up.
Is it a mindset, Must what?
No.
It's not.
Look, we can't be too hard on them because a lot of it also is that maybe they're just genuinely tired of partying here. Remember, we only have a handful of events and venues. So, I mean, what is the population of our neighbors? 50?
It's more.
50, more opportunities, more than just music, the experience. You understand? So, yeah, people will migrate, I think. This is a general thing. I don't think we should be too hard on them for wanting to party in different spaces.
But what can we do as Swazi people? I wouldn't say DJs, I wouldn't say promoters, I wouldn't say venue owners. What can we do? Because like you're saying, we need new spaces, we need new experience, we need new memories, right?
Yeah.
But what can we do?
Okay.
What can we do so that we can have those memories back at home? Remember, we can't grow. Like myself, I started DJing 2010 in Pretoria.
Yeah.
I've made my name there.
Yeah.
But then it was time for me back then when I did my first show in Swaziland. It was a time for me to be introduced because they knew Capital Groove
Yeah.
rather than Taro the DJ.
Okay.
So it was time for me to introduce Taro to my Swazi people, if you understand where I'm going. So with everything that we do outside, we need to take it home. So what are we giving our people? Where can we change so that these people can still come out and party? Like they going when they travel to South Africa, Mozambique, or wherever the great shows are.
Just before you respond, which genre locally do we? I think we can agree, the three of us. Which genre do we feel is successful? Be it gospel, which genre is doing well, and how are they doing it? How are they able to pull in the numbers?
I know people that are getting paid are probably.
Yeah.
Gospel is the one.
Personally, I'll say gospel.
Gospel.
And I'll give you my reason why. Remember, Swaziland is based on, I can't remember the right words, but it's
Yeah.
based on Christianity.
Yeah, true.
So
true.
I'll take out gospel from the whole thing.
Yeah.
And get into the nightlife.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are events that are there for gospel that are done at night.
Direction I wanted you to take.
Yeah, but then, truth be told, the piano boys are doing something good because there was a gap in the deep house scene that we were silent and we didn't have any key. I wouldn't say we didn't have events,
Yeah.
but we
yeah.
didn't have those key events that will make me bath,
Yeah.
dress up,
And you look forward to
and look forward, like your house music first that
Yeah.
is happening this coming weekend.
Yeah.
But these young guys,
Yeah.
damn man,
And
They're doing it.
they're doing it, and it's something that is good that we need to learn.
Exactly.
Remember, we had a conversation earlier on about generations in the DJing scene.
yeah. Yes.
There is your Krooks, there is your Wicked generation, there is your Zulu generation, then there's our generation.
Yeah.
So then there's this young boys generation. So my wish and something that I'm willing to fight for
Okay.
is let this generation get a way of collaborating and learn from each other. In terms of the youngsters, they pushing it on social media.
True, very true. They're very
They
active,
their videos are out there. They push posters
Yeah.
if they play on events. So these old generations, they relaxed. I'm not saying it in a bad way, wicked.
Who's old?
Who's old? There's no one old, yeah.
But the old generation are relaxed. I don't know if they tired or they know things that we don't know about the industry.
Yeah, I think it does come down to, like you were saying, those ages and groups of DJs and times that they were playing. For me, in my own minimal contribution, I'm still a believer that as a DJ, how you make a difference is that if I play music that Taro you have in your car, you shouldn't be paying me. You shouldn't be paying to listen to that. You understand? Why are you paying to come into a venue for me to play songs that you've got in your car? And that's why we've got so many people with their boots open playing the music. Because what's happening is in the club, guys are playing literally the same music. So in my little bubble, and I think probably in crooks and DJs of our age, we believe that the music is enough, and clearly it's not enough. But then again, you could find that we're in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
We're not in it for fame. We're not in it for the Instagram likes. We're in it for the music culture. So I think things have just changed, bro. Right now, we spoke of it earlier. You have selectors instead of DJs. People, if you're in it for the fame, you're going to resonate with all the different social media tools to get those claps and stuff like that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that every type of DJ wants that. You get some of the guys that still want to share, whether it's 2 or 3 DJs or it's 100 DJs, the music, you understand? And yeah, I think that's probably the difference. I think maybe the older guys just might not care enough to get 100,000 likes, and that's to their detriment, I guess, in terms of, I don't know, fame or being out there. The music is enough.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you ask any seasoned guy, what was your best set? And he'll tell you the last one I played. And there's a reason for that. You can party with the right energy with 5 people, 10 people, if you understand each other musically. You understand? Yeah, cloud chasing is not for every age group. And I probably think we are out of that era. Probably Taro and them as well are probably, if you're not willing to do certain things, you're probably finding yourself mature enough to say, hey, guy, this is far as I'm willing to contribute of myself. I need to lean back onto the music. I don't know if I've gone slightly off the question or topic.
making sense.
But it's just, I'm saying, yeah, not every, I agree. One of our most biggest DJs, international DJ, DJ Waffles, from that clip, and we all know that clip.
Yeah.
We all know that
The
clip.
red one.
You know that clip. Yeah, you know that clip. But, that pushed her into stardom.
Yeah.
And then if that works for a while, man, you understand? And that's great. And I think she's doing her part. It's not just cloud chasing at this stage. She's delivering. You understand? She's growing. But yeah, if you're in it if you put your energy in the right place, you're in it for clout and for attention, man, you're gonna win. If you're in it for the music, yeah, you'll stay consistent and relevant to the people that actually matter musically.
And I actually wanted to drop something there. Locally, your crooks, why have you guys managed to stay relevant, especially with our generation?
Well, I can honestly tell you in terms of what I've noticed. Hey man, you're not for everybody musically. Dog, you're not for everybody musically. You understand? And you can never be. And there are DJs that are musically for everybody here and there. But for the most part of it, man, just stay true musically. There's people out there that still appreciate what it is that you do. We never get tired of the passion of house music. And without that, if we got in at a time for all the wrong reasons, I doubt we'd be playing today. I've seen guys fall off, bruh.
Yeah.
For getting in it for the wrong reasons. Like really potentially talented guys. And when they couldn't get the 2,000 likes or the hand claps from, 300 people in a stadium, they start to fall off, they start to doubt themselves. There's some really good cats out there, jazz and soul, just to throw a name out. It's about the music, my guy.
Yeah.
You'll always be relevant to someone, I guess.
And just to echo something you said earlier.
Why are we interviewing me? Hey, guy, I am the host of this.
That's how interesting the conversation
I
is.
am the host. Never bring a reporter onto your show, onto your podcast. I just want to mention that it's a bad idea because then instead of firing shots, you get fired at. I mean, dog, when has it become about interviewing me? But anyway.
Yeah. You said something, and Kid Funk once said, as a DJ, you need to then play to educate. And unfortunately, with our genre, it requires more of that. It requires more of playing to educate.
Yeah.
Like you said, why should I go to an event where I know that a majority of the tracks that they play there, I have?
Or my kids have,
Oh, your
which is
kids
even
have.
scarier. Or my kids might have.
But funny enough, this recent Scott Mapuma event at Mtimba,
Yeah.
it was packed.
Yeah.
And chances are 90% of the tracks that were played, they all have them.
Yeah. And that's
So
that's
also the generational gap you're talking about. I think, introducing a 15-year-old to Charles Webster. Whew, tricky one.
nah.
You see, but it's easy for them to easily dive into my piano.
Yeah.
It's easier for even a 3-year-old.
Now listen. Now there's a difference. Some of us hear music, some of us feel music. The
Yeah.
majority hear the song. You get what I'm saying?
That's a good one, yeah.
The majority of not everybody feels the track. And that's the big difference. That's the very few. That's the connoisseurs. That's the people that want more out of music. And not to take away from these guys that go to sing-along parties. Man, there's karaoke night, dog. In fact, there's karaoke night tonight. Why not?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm just saying, for some of the DJs that I know that are still at it, one of the main ingredients is being able to stay to yourself, true to yourself musically.
Yeah.
If you've got a computer that's got about 8 different types of subgenres, then you pretty much know what it is that you are. You're a guy, you're a jukebox guy.
Yeah.
You understand? Sadly, my computer is too one-dimensional, like my style of play.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. Nowadays, guy, the passion's gone.
I totally agree.
The passion's gone. We want the
Totally
clout,
agree.
and it's cool.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's sad. It's quite sad. Vinny recently said, look, I appreciate my piano, but I will never play it. So Vinny said, I have nothing against the genre, but for me, imagine a Vinny throwing in...
Not really. Hey, man, there's some dope piano tracks.
No,
I
no.
wouldn't play them, but bro, I would be lying if my feet don't tap,
Yeah, no.
dog. I would be lying if secretly I want to be ratchet when that music comes on. Yeah, it's just, but look, as we go on into the conversation, I think, speaking about a genre that my knowledge is very minimal about it. It's just what I hear. Like South African Deep House has really brought that bridge closer. Like it's a vibe. You understand? They've really managed to, okay, there's my piano, and there's a slow merge between them
South
that,
African,
I mean, your Oscar Mbos of this world, when those guys play, the energy is there, it's vibey, it's happening. You have to appreciate that stuff, man. Yeah, there's a space for everybody.
It's quite sad, when you go to an event. The last event we met was at Funtown.
Yeah.
Chasing Souls.
Yeah.
Brilliant concept.
Nice.
But you look at the numbers.
Nah.
It only picked up later on the corner. People don't want to pay because I also feel like personally again,
Yeah.
I feel like Siabugana was always a Mtubasa event.
No numbers. How was the feel? You understand?
You see,
So you take that with you, bruh. That's what it's all about.
again, creating your own. Unfortunately, maybe that's what we need to accept. That look, we need to create a lifestyle that only a minority don't know. Maybe I
Yeah.
use that word, but that we will be hoping to grow over time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe hit the reset button.
They keep on telling you, man, house is a feeling, and people just don't understand
Exactly.
that. They think it's a meme for a T-shirt. It's something that you put on your
Not
T-shirt.
everyone
It's
understands it.
house is a feeling, man.
Yeah.
It's a serious vibration. You understand?
Exactly.
It's and I understand if it's not for you, it's not for you, dog. Straight up. If you get your vibrational healing from reggae, do your thing, dog.
Yeah.
And not even reggae is not for everybody. Do your thing. Do your thing. But I think even in terms of numbers internationally, if you look at these deep house DJs internationally, you might find, and my fact checker Taro will correct me, so I stand to be corrected. But you might find like a really good soulful teacher like Sean McCabe is not filling holes that Black Coffee is.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah, yeah. And that's
He
fine.
might be doing 200 and Black Coffee might be doing 10,000, which is probably.
Yeah.
Fact check again, please. Double check with me. Yeah, but that takes nothing from Sean McCabe.
Exactly.
How is he still relevant? He's relevant to those 200 people, and they're vibing, bro.
Believe in his sound.
Yeah,
believe in
they're
everything
vibing.
he does. But hopefully, hopefully we will get back the numbers.
Yeah.
You see, I think it will be exciting to see how the 1 p.m. set on Saturday
Yeah.
is going to sort of pull the numbers.
Yeah.
I think, for me, it was a good move. Just try to get people to come to the venue early. Listen to the music from the beginning
Yeah.
to the end. Well, if you're able to last, some of us can't last that long. But look,
In closing,
yeah.
because I'm looking at my producer right now. In closing,
Okay.
what's your future plans, dog? With regards to the topic at hand,
Yeah.
dance music.
I've been getting a lot of questions about me getting into the DJing space again.
Yeah.
So personally, I'd love to I don't know, maybe for a year or two, just get into DJing, sort of get my feel. I'm a music person. I think I understand. Whenever I do get an opportunity to play, I believe I entertain. So personally, I'd love to do that. I'm also interested in the artist, the life outside of music. I'm very passionate about mental health. So it's also a space that I'd love to look into. Local artists, their mental health state. How are they able to balance that? How are we able to have a certain artist stay in the industry for a long time, or do we have instances where they get drowned by the nightlife and the habits that they do outside of the music? So that's also something that I'm looking into. So I'm still here. I'll still do what I do best. To assist here to stay.
No, right. No, that's great, man. 2 last questions.
Okay.
The first one will be brand positioning
Oh yes.
and branding yourself as a DJ.
Yeah.
My reason for me to ask you this is because, like I said, you're in the forefront.
Yeah.
You have made, you've done so many interviews with
Yeah.
different kind
Yeah.
of DJs,
Yeah.
artists, and everyone. Then second question will be, what does it take for our Swazi DJs to break it to our neighboring countries?
Okay.
What's your take on that? How can we do that and be different when we get there? Because we've got so many producers locally, but then we don't have the right platform to market our music. We always depend on the South African side. Let me put it that way. So whatever that we're playing, they also have it.
Exactly.
So what can we do to not to fit in per se, but to break that
stand out.
market and stand out? How can we have gigs outside the country?
Okay, I'll start with your second question. I have a friend that's based in Nelspruit, Percy. He, at some point, the initial plan was to try and get DJs that will cross borders between Nelspruit and Eswatini. I think at some point they tried that with Coyotes. You
Yeah,
get a few
yeah.
locals going to play that. I'm not sure what then happened with that arrangement, because personally I feel like we said earlier, Swazis are very talented.
Exactly.
And they can match our brothers from South Africa pound for pound. So networking, again, I would make an example of Sooks, and I hope I'm not.
Yeah.
I won't feel like I'm now,
Yeah.
siding with him. But I think he tried to align himself, and this now goes to your brand.
Yeah.
He tried to align himself with the right people.
Exactly.
And I think because our population isn't that much, and we have a few individuals who have been in the space, you know what? Take some time and go sit down with the Wicked. How did you do it?
Yeah.
Try
yeah.
your best to interact with people who have done it and who have done it well. Antidote Music has done well for the industry. I think as someone who's trying to break into the industry, I would make time to sit down with the Melly. I would make time to sit down with the Cybers. I would make time to sit down with the Shadow.
Yeah.
Like you're friends with so-and-so, you have a whole database.
Yeah.
Who can we talk to that can invite
Connect.
me,
Yeah.
connect
To
to,
plug
go
and plug.
to Rustenburg for a weekend.
Yeah.
I will sort out my transport. I just need accommodation.
Yeah.
And you just make sure that you do your best to market yourself.
You know, about that, so, you can bring a lot of South African DJs or international DJs down to this country.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to plug you, even for free.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen
So they protect
plenty
their
of
space.
times. Look, they're not promoters. They're in it just like you.
Okay.
Imagine you start eating from their plate, dog. I mean, I doubt they do
Yeah.
it for their comrades.
Yeah, because
We are
of the
all
benefit.
here for business. This is
Yeah.
how I make my living. You've hired me because I'm a big name. Simple. You make money, I make money. But then we start getting into this exchange of, hold on, now I must bring you to South Africa and what, I must pay your transport or pay your performance fee. Hold on, I'm not doing that. I'm not a promoter, I'm a DJ. And there's these genuine expectations, and I spoke to, again, I also won't mention it, a big South African DJ who said the same thing. There's this expectation that, hey, I can just link you, I link you. Me, they go to venues like anybody else to try and hook up a gig or get their promoter to hook up. Now I must be carrying you. You understand? I don't think it's as easy.
I think we'll be there for the next
Exchange.
3 hours. Because
Yeah.
how much value does then that bring us having a lot of these international acts because I think then we then need to find a way of making it work. How much value does it
No,
bring?
honestly, this camera's still on. No value, dog. No value. But I'm gonna get hung for this. But absolutely no value.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It goes back to my original comment. You go to a sponsor,
Yeah.
and the sponsor's gonna say, "Who are you bringing?" You're in a tough space, bruh. It's a tough one.
It's a tough
and a
one.
conversation, I'm assuming, for another lengthy time.
Yeah. But look, it's possible. I think it's possible. I think your Sabza fine is based in that side.
Subs is,
He made it.
Yeah, he's there.
Sooks from being a Fontaine boy, made the right connection.
Yeah.
He's based in Johannesburg.
And he's flipping good, bro.
He's making it. He's
Flipping
so
good,
I think
yeah.
it's possible. It's just a conversation that we need to have with the
Yeah.
local guys.
Yeah.
And how much is the ministry
I think it's a
doing?
conversation that we're scared of.
we're scared of having,
Yeah.
and that's the honest truth. Because if eventually we want this to be our 8 to 5 or what brings bread to the table, then
Okay, so why don't you make it relative to similar market size and market capacity? Why don't we rather talk about Lesotho? Because I would think Lesotho is
Yeah.
probably in the same. Okay, I think they're probably 2 million people. They're a
Yeah.
little bit more than us.
Little bit more, yeah.
But in terms of the industry, maybe we have the same size industry. Is it?
Yeah, Lesotho is pushing.
Lesotho is pushing.
Yeah, Lesotho is
Are they getting neighbor DJs?
Yeah, Lesotho, they have so many festivals.
Ah, okay.
Both on traditional
Thank you, fact finder.
and on the music scene. I've got
Yeah.
friends from Lesotho. I've got
Yeah.
friends that are traveling.
Okay.
Like your Jason Soul,
oh yeah, they used
Yeah,
to, they would,
yeah.
they used to go there.
How do they get it right?
I think as in Dubasa say, positioning yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
Positioning yourself with the right people and don't be scared to talk.
Okay.
Like how this thing started in Dubasa is
Yeah.
that we had a conversation with Weekend in one of the recordings that we had.
Yeah.
So eventually we spoke about this thing that is happening.
Yeah.
But if I kept that thing on my own,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then it was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Because their generation, our generation, we scared of approaching your Christos
Yeah.
and ask a simple question. How do you make it? What can I do to improve 1, 2, 3?
Mm.
There was a show where Art Soul and Otto B, Shade was hosting it at Swazi Point.
Yeah.
And Bawani me.
Mm.
I was recording me.
Mm.
But then I went to Otto B. I'm lucky, I know this guy from Victoria
Okay.
and everything. But then right now he's doing something, I'm doing something he's doing. I'm doing something that he's doing. He's running Takila Gang. I'm
Okay.
running Capital Groove TV.
Yeah.
I asked him a simple question. How can I improve my channel? Luckily, he saw a clip of that channel. He asked me a simple question. How many subscribers do you have? I told him. Because now I'm running for 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
He said, listen here, my guy. How long have you started? I told him it's been less than a year. Because I think I've just turned a year. Oh, April. I'm turning a year
Is it?
on
Okay.
that
Nice
channel.
one.
So he just said, you're good.
Yeah.
Especially for a deep house channel. You're good. So my point is, we're scared of having such conversations because we're scared of backlashes. We
Rejection.
won't get gigs, all those kind of things. So these are things that I want us to talk about.
Yeah.
And these are the things that we need to learn from.
Yeah.
Because, truth be told, the money that we get as DJs is the same problem that we're facing because I'm always having my equipment with me, your recording equipment. Imagine getting robbed
Sure.
for
Yeah.
a lousy, I'm sorry to say, but a lousy 500 rand. Then these equipments are far more than that.
Way.
Then I'm losing personal things
Yeah.
and I might lose even my life.
Exactly, because the nightlife comes with all.
Yeah. So I think these are the conversations that we need to have because we always complain about it when we're chilling with the guys. But there's no one that wants to stand up and fight for the DJs. Not necessarily dish, but in terms of the way they paying us.
Yeah.
Nah. But again, I will understand because the numbers are not good
Yeah.
in the clubs. But then I'm bringing in people as a DJ. I've bought music. I've used my time to do the playlist. I've pushed the poster. Then at the end of the day, what am I getting? Nothing. It's only 6. Then that taxi money. Then you go home. We have kids. We have parents. Then imagine coming from a gig. Then you ask your parent, can I have 20 rand for airtime? Then the question will be, you were out for the whole night.
What are you doing?
What were you doing?
Yeah.
Your kid needs school shoes. You don't have that money, but you're gigging each and every week. So I don't know where the platform will be to talk about those things and not to be scared.
Yeah.
Because the problem
Yeah.
is you start talking about it. There are certain guys that I know.
You're gonna be blacklisted. You're gonna
Yes.
be. What is the term that they use these days? Not unfollowed. You'll be cancelled.
But it's remember there are certain guys that I know that are doing it on their social medias.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're not playing, they're not getting gigs.
Yeah.
Because they saying the truth. Even us, we doing this, we don't know where it will end.
Exactly.
But then for me personally is praying to change the game.
Yeah.
The way people see it, because you cannot expect people to come to our shows, whereas we fighting in the industry.
Yeah.
Because some people, they won't want to associate themselves with any quarrels or any politics
Yeah.
that are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, again, we'll blame people not coming to our shows, whereas thina sikhulumana kabi as DJ, as
Yeah.
event organizers. So those are the topics that we need to cover. Those are the topics Yom Dubasa needs to come up with them, because they're in the platform. They know more than us.
Yeah.
They can research better than us. So these are the kind of things that I wish we cannot be scared to talk about.
To talk
because-
about openly.
Yes.
Especially during a time when, and there again, fact finder, I'm going to get us into trouble. just find out if I'm not talking crap. But there's been rumors that a DJ will have to have a license. You have to pay a yearly subscription.
Yeah.
So it can work, but I mean, if you paying me $500, bruh, and the license is 5,000 for the year, yeah,
Remember again, it's what you said earlier on, that you need to invest in your craft.
exactly,
It's like, not in a bad way, but it's like, as a DJ, you don't have headphones.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
go into a gig.
yeah,
It's not, for me, it's not, you don't show the importance.
commitment,
Yes,
Yeah.
the commitment and the importance of your
Craft.
of your craft.
Yeah.
Of your craft. So with your question that I'm paid 500 rand, then the license is 5,000. Yeah. I think if we can have a way of paying that 5,000 rand, then the club owners, the venue owners will have to pay us more money. Because obviously, if we have that license, that means we have a sort of an association, Yabo DJ. So that thing, iyo and that these people would see baspatale imali le right, so that we can afford. If we renew, we can afford. The first one will be difficult,
yeah,
taking out 5,000
Yeah.
and doing something. But if you love, again, if you love what you're doing and you have a passion about it,
Yeah.
then you'll be willing to.
and of course Caesar will be then once you registered. Caesar will be watching you.
There are a lot of things for me personally. If that thing can happen,
Yeah.
I just wish it can happen. If that thing can happen, it can solve a lot of problems in terms of the payments. In terms of, imagine most of the people don't go out because it's the same lineup over and over again.
Yeah,
So if they can regulate, I don't know how, but if they can regulate, because if you registered, then you're in the database. So anyone that wants a DJ will go straight to that database. Then everything will be sorted. Again, it will come back to the management side. Most of the DJ doesn't have managers.
management. Yeah,
Yes. So for me, it's the professionalism that we lacking.
Yeah.
Because if you have a manager, you won't charge 500 rand because their manager needs to eat from that 500 rand.
Exactly.
So the last time I checked, it was 10% or 15. I'm not sure how much a manager gets from your booking fee and everything. So
500 rand, they get $50. Is that what you say?
imagine. So if you have a manager or a management, there are few management companies
Yeah.
locally, and I'm happy to see these young boys jumping into that ship because they gig every week and probably they're paid the right amount
Yeah.
because their manager needs to eat. He
Exactly.
needs to eat. He needs
So
to
he's
drive
pushing.
to the venue.
Yeah.
So if this thing can come to life, then there's so many things that we can win in the industry. Because as DJs, we can look at it one-sided, that people are not coming to our shows. But you get there, you're getting a 6, you're getting a 500 rand, you go home. You're not giving yourself 100% performance.
Exactly.
Because, man, 500 rand, I'll just move from If's Lounge, going to Mbabane, I'll pass him Tsimba View.
And that's the petrol
Done.
gun. Yeah.
So, honestly speaking, we need to, as DJs, we need to align ourselves with the right people. We take this thing as a business
Yeah.
because our problem is we're just doing this thing because we can. We're doing it because my friend is doing it. The
Yeah.
passion, the love, the pain
Yeah,
of
exactly.
doing it. I once slept in a police station in Nelspruit. I went there to DJ. I didn't find the promoter anyway. Twice. One it was in Nelspruit. The
Yo.
other time it's in Limpopo.
You
I played.
had no place to sleep.
Yeah.
Yo, dog.
So the safest place, a police station.
Sure.
So these young boys, and they don't know these experiences.
Huh?
So
No
I-
deposit.
only transport money, only taxi fare.
Chassis.
So you get to Nelspruit, you call this guy, his phone is off. You're not even sure where the venue is
Yo.
at that moment. So these are the challenges that we're facing. And if I had a manager
Yeah.
at that time, those things were going to be covered.
Would have never happened.
Yeah, because they talking straight to the manager. So with the way we're doing things, I'll call Wicked. Hey, Wicked, what are you doing this weekend? No, bro, I'm free. Then you in.
Yeah.
We don't even talk about how much I'm going to pay
Exactly.
you. It's
We do
just,
the brrr.
yeah, it's just
Brrr.
boys talk.
Yeah.
But let's try to make this thing and put it on the business side
Yes. Yeah.
more than the brotherhood that we have.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll come to your show and play for free because you my G.
Yeah.
Because I know you're going to return that favor. But the favor thing, let it not work around the clock. Let it happen amongst boys.
Exactly.
We've been pushing together from day one
Yeah.
till now.
Yeah.
For example, I've hosted Souks in one of the shows. Here's my boy, but I paid him. Well, it wasn't his full amount, but it was something that when he goes back home,
Yeah. Okay, it was worth my time.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So once we understand that we eat from this thing, then the promoters will understand. Because as DJ, we're doing our own events, we're doing our cookouts.
Of course.
We're doing our backyard sessions and everything. It starts from there. We won't expect that venue owners will understand and will pay us the money that we want. If among we don't do the right things. I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, I get you, dog.
Yeah.
You spot on, and it's an uncomfortable conversation
Yeah,
when it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's a very uncomfortable conversation.
But it shouldn't be. You understand?
How clued up are they on the industry? Do they understand the logistics? Maybe they do, but and you're right. In most cases, you get a nongnigelo takona, and tomorrow it becomes an issue. You see, I think we need to get to a point where you are able to stand up. But again, until you become a brand. If Nita as Mdubasa who plays once in a while, I get the looking scruffy. There's this boy that you're always with, Selby. Look, from his dress code, I want to hear his music.
Yeah.
See,
But
the appearance on its own, appearance-wise, he sells himself.
what if in a parallel world, parallel world,
Yeah.
there's this understanding by club owners and people at large, just to say, come back to my point, that what is the value of a DJ? Because to them, most of them, I'm almost certain it's a guy that presses Q and presses
Exactly.
play. Why? He's playing the song, but he's playing the song. I got the song, dog. This machine here cost me this, I won't say the brand, but this jukebox here. It cost me about $3,000 to buy. And with my memory stick, I just plug in there and play. There's nothing, no experience, new experience he's bringing to me. Why am I paying him?
It's not just about the music. You know, you need to sell us an experience of some sort.
Yeah.
Take these people on a journey. You know, I don't know how to explain it because I've never been behind the
I think we have serious, high expectations of what people should be doing for us, or paying for us, from a club owner. A club owner don't know jack about music, dog. He's just saying, this all just plays a mundane set like everybody else plays. There's nothing special about him. Maybe I subconsciously value him like that. You understand?
Yeah, no,
Or I
get-
could be wrong.
No, I get your point, but it comes back to, personally, it comes back to how I brand myself as a DJ. Like Tubasa's example about Selby. Selby is my boy, is clean. Even last week we were talking about it. He's clean. When you see him, you want to listen to what he's playing. So with the venue owners, they understand. I believe they understand the value of a DJ, because they can take out thousands and pay a South African DJ to come and play in their venue. But with us, because we don't value ourselves. I'm not saying drinking alcohol while you play it's a wrong thing, but getting drunk while playing, that's work. That's work.
It's a conversation that needs to take place. We need to have that.
You
Are you
understand?
suggesting that we all go to small streets and get some Maraba
No, not really.
new shoes
Nah.
and stuff like that?
Remember, dressing well doesn't mean you wear expensive and brands. It's being clean and presentable. You can't tell me that okay, this will hit home. You can't tell me that you're going to a club wearing a vest to go and play. I knew it.
And why?
I knew it's
And
gonna hit home.
Exebra, Maji, why would that hit home?
So my point is, you need to be presentable.
Yeah,
Nah.
totally agree.
I'm not saying wear your expensive clothes and everything, because the moment you get inside the club, the owner will ask whosoever that calls you, who's that guy? No, that's Mtubasa, the headliner for the day. If you clean, then he will start, not there and there, but he will start to understand the value of a DJ, because he will see from you before you go and play that this guy is prepared, this guy is clean, this guy, the way he handles himself around alcohol, around girls, around all those kind of things that are happening at night. Because, like I'm saying, we need to be professional from our side. You can't tell me, you can't go to work drunk.
Exactly.
That's our work. That's where we eat. Have your glass of water before jumping in. It's an hour set, man. It's an hour set. Your boys, they won't finish a
They won't
bottle
finish,
or whatever they gave you in a club. So for me, it's about professionalism. It's about branding yourself, brand positioning, and truth be told, you need to hang out with the right
circle.
people, the right circle.
Circle is important.
Yeah. Because I mean, when I started recording the sets for the DJs, I had a conversation in Hot Bar with one of the DJs. Over like a dog, I want to come to your channel and record. But then the circle that you in, I have a problem with them. Then I told him, I was like, dog, this thing is open. So it doesn't matter who I roll with and who I spend my time with. But then it got to me because it told me one thing, that the people that you around with, they have an
They
impact
do. Usually.
on whatever that is happening. But luckily enough, I spoke to the guy and he just laughed about it. Then we recorded that guy. But then you can see that there's more to what he was saying about the industry and about the circle that you in, about the people that you hang around with.
Yeah.
So hence I'm saying that your brand positioning, it's a key for most of you moving forward,
Yeah.
if I may put it that way. Because if, like, one of my guys, MacDeep, used to say, you can't play a Solanese, then we are Lokishin. Ne.
you.
Yes, it's where you started. But the moment you cross that bridge, Gutsi Nyalo, I'm able to play in a certain place, le sharp, with
Maintain.
equipment, with the way it looks. I'm not saying don't take that gig,
Yeah.
but look at your brand. Do I still fit
In there.
in
Yeah.
that? Like your Oskambo. Your Oskambo used to come to Boches, the backyard sessions. Truth be told, right now, if Jazz can call Oskambo to come to those sessions, his brand doesn't align with what we're doing
Yeah.
right now. I'm not saying Gutsi it's a small thing, but he's looking out for his brand. Because we'll take pictures, we'll take videos, then what's going to happen? So, coming back to the venue owners understanding the value of a DJ, it starts from us. Because if I accept E6, then go. Next time they will call me, they'll give me 6 again. Then I'll be the one that is complaining that certain venue doesn't pay DJs. Whereas I sold myself like that. I didn't tell these people that, guys, this is how much I charge. Obviously, they will negotiate there and there. Then we circle to a certain amount. So it comes back to us wanting to play, and not valuing ourselves. That if I go and play at that certain venue, ngithola ini from them.
Yeah.
What do I get out of it?
Yes, because now,
What's the trading?
yes, now as a DJ, you need to grow. You can't go and play for 200 people and behave like you're playing for 50 people. You need to grow. It's the same thing that I usually say, that if you're playing for a festival, your house music first, it's different from playing in a club scene.
Yeah.
I played there last year with Ace Phonic. We were playing back to back. I told him that, dog, we need to hit hard from the first song that we're gonna play, because it's a festival. We make memories.
Exactly.
But when I'm chilling at Solanis, we chilling as bras, we having drinks. I need to tell a story. I need to have my intro, my body, my outro, and everything. But in a festival, I need to go all hard, because everyone there is. He just want to jam. Just want to dance. Go home tired, sleep. Wake up in the morning, do other things.
No, you're right. And you know, there's something that you mentioned earlier with Kumakonao, Alama generations and the age groups. I met this crew. They were studying in Cyprus, if I'm not mistaken. So by hosting my events, I'm not going to advertise them for free here, free exposure. But what they do, this guy, very young, I think he's in his early 20s, he will send you a contract. And that contract, it states, okay, you want 1.5. I will give you 1.5. My ticket at the gate is 50 rands. You agree you are going to bring at least 5 of your friends.
Yeah.
Marketing. How far are you going to market? I see you're going to post on your socials, but bring a certain number of people, even if it's a third of how much I'm going to pay you. So he will do that across all his DJs on that particular day, and it's working out for him. You know, he's dealing with these young boys because our generation, you are crazy. Why must I say? He will he will email you your contract, you sign it, you scan it, email it back. On the day before you perform, there's your contract. Okay, yeah, you're 5 people. When you're done, okay, I'll give you deposit when you're done.
Well,
is it something to look into?
What do you think of the idea of I pay you in tickets? So I'm saying that fair enough, you come to you want you 2,000 rand or 2.5. I'll pay you a first fee, and then I'll pay you the other fee in tickets, and you go and you collect your money. Since you've got that type of power, since you've got that type of influence, it should be nothing for you to sell 10 tickets. I've given you the first deposit.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, Swazi Boy was using that system.
I don't know. I don't mention names.
Yeah, I think I had. I'm not 100% sure, but I had.
First, fact finder.
No,
Before you throw things out, you gotta know your facts.
Yeah, no, I'll check it out. So, we once spoke about it. Nah. And believe me or not, that thing can work.
It can work.
Because what's the use of calling Wicked to a gig, then he comes alone, or he comes with
Exactly.
his driver. Then, even me as a promoter, how do I explain that to the venue owner?
Exactly.
Nah. So I think if we can adapt, or we can have a way of doing it that way, good see. If I'm charging 1.5, then you can throw in 500 for gas.
Yeah.
Then the other 1,000, you give me tickets, I sell. Because automatically, if I'm not selling those tickets, that means I'm not getting my 1,000.
Exactly.
But if I'm selling those tickets, it's a win-win. I'm getting my money.
Immediately.
I'm getting people to come to the show.
And I am what I say I am.
Exactly. Even if those are not your people personally. But then just because you sold them tickets, you've won them automatically. When you jam there, they're going to be there. Let's go.
Yeah, again, I strongly believe that, this is a very, very good conversation. I'm glad that we're having it. It's a mindset thing. I remember at some point, I wouldn't go out because I felt like we're taking for my chair, especially because for a very long time, I was behind the scenes. I was the listener. I would go there, stand, listen, okay. And Guneng, we are perfectionists. Some of us, we want to listen to a transition. There's a lot that comes to play with the DJ. It's not just you standing behind the deck.
Structure.
The structure, everything. You must tell a story. So, party layer. But with this, the mindset thing, they need to understand. And this video, you are here for the wrong reasons. But unfortunately, you are now spoiling it for everyone.
Exactly.
If you are here for the girls and the alcohol, then maybe we need to have a certain club where you guys go play.
Yes.
So it's a call to our brothers. Good. If you love the music, if you love the genre, then let's rethink our approach towards everything.
I mean, I really like the idea of tickets. I mean, if you were 3,000 rand, give the guy the 3,000 rands worth of tickets, or give me 500 to get there, and the rest in tickets, and I will get my money. Simple.
But again, promoter X, why should I go out and sell tickets? Why should I? But again, mindset thing.
You know, locally, I don't need to be a fact finding on this, but I just find like if you book DJs, they make it as if it's so beneath them, so beneath their brand to go and hustle, put an advert and to drive it. You understand?
Yeah.
Like how hard we are in a mutually beneficial arrangement here.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm saying that post, bruh.
Exactly.
Oh no, my timeline's not for that. Then what is it for? You understand? We get confused with, we kittens, and when we look at ourselves, some of us see lions. And it's unfair. It's unfair on the promoter. You mean to tell me I have to pay you, bruh, push the show? I mean, that's why you have these platforms.
Exactly.
Come on, you're not a Zinhle, Oscar Mbo, whoever. that doesn't need to post his thing
No,
or
but they
needs
started
to
somewhere.
charge. And I appreciate guys like Vinny and Christos, because when those guys are booked,
Yeah.
they think nothing of pushing the show. They understand they're in it for the culture.
Yeah.
They're in it for the music. You understand? Some of these cats think that, hey, bruh, just my face on the poster is enough.
Yeah.
If you want me to say anything, pay me more. What, bruh? And then when you do it locally, you've got 200 followers, and you do it locally. You want to be financially thinged for pushing a show. It doesn't work.
Also,
bruh.
you know,
I think there's time for everything. Once your brain is out there pushing,
and also understanding, Gutsi, you will never know Gutsi, who's going to see your post. You know, I remember this one time, this guy who reached out, he was in Swaziland for, I think it was bushfire, and someone shared a mixtape I'd done. This guy actually paid me 600 rands for an hour-long mix. So you never know Gutsi Kamalakul Taufik Akbar. You never know Gutsi this person who know how much money do they have. Maybe it's about, look, my guy, I mean, I have enough to spend. Let's do an event. Let's do every 3 months. So if you understand the power of social media, maybe Funa Joma Ushito, the younger crew, they understand the power of social media. It worked for Waffles. Tina, do we understand the power? Do we know how to navigate around social media? Do we understand the numbers that you have? Meaning on my Facebook, I've got 4 point something. But do I use that 4 point something effectively? No. I think that's the other issue we see. It's just the fact that you've made it on the post. No, you haven't made it. It might be your last time on that particular poster if you don't put in the effort in what you're going to do. Because like you said earlier, it's your job. It brings in that extra money to pay rent, to cater for your girlfriend. It brings in something. Unless Velona, you are there for the 6, then okay, it's fine. We'll excuse in the conversation. But so long as it brings in something, and me, as an owner of a club or promoter, for something out of it. Some guy once said to me, look, I want people to buy alcohol. As a club owner, I'm more interested in the looking at it. So show me why you should always come here. Look at the says, people buy alcohol. The music, it's a plus, but it's up to me as an individual to show that, look, yes, you may take this thing lightly, but when I am there, there's an extra 50 people, extra 500 or 200 people that come on board. So, let's talk about who as an individual. How much do you want to grow? And, do you set timelines? After a year, where do I want to be? Do I want my brand to grow?
yeah, it's basically adding value to wherever that you're playing.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I believe in is you can't call me to come and play in a venue, whereas you didn't see and you don't understand what I'm doing. So for me to bring in people, it's a sign of adding a venue on your business, because already you have your 50 people that are coming in because of the venue, the nicest place that you have. I'll give you an example about Solanese. Solanese has its own people that are coming there. So if you go there and play, or you go there, you do an event, you just need to show the owners or the promoters that my value is this. Then we can win this battle.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, yeah. Oh, there's a mic.
Unfortunately, it's a sensitive one. Like you were saying, it requires then, we then need to, because the industry is really in, we know where we play, we know where we've had issues, but it's a conversation that's going to go to one day, very clear. This, what works for you and what works for us. Yeah, sure. It needs an episode of its own with the relevant people.
Yeah.
Sing about Asumel, sing about Kulumele, because I think it would be interesting to have event owner. I've had so many people, but I've paid or haven't paid because of A, B, C, D.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming on to the show. It was a good one.
Very insightful.
Very insightful, and yeah, keep pushing, my guy. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Cheers.
you. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.